Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your March the 26th, 2026. Things looking pretty good out there for you Thursday afternoon. A lot of sunshine, still dealing with some high pollen out there, that's for sure. But a very nice day, warmer day ahead as we wrap up your Thursday, and we'll continue to be warm going into Friday. But we are going to see a cold front coming through later tomorrow afternoon. May bring a few showers with it, and then we'll cool things down for the weekend. So we'll break it all down for you here in this update. Now, if you're new here to the Talking Live broadcast channel Facebook page, make sure you give us a follow. And if you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there in Chattanooga as we're looking at abundant sunshine for this afternoon. A great looking day as temperatures definitely warming up from what we've seen the last couple of days across the area. Same goes up here toward Lake Chattooga. Nice looking day. A little hazy out there. Definitely got the pollen hanging in the air a little bit, and the winds are pretty calm for the moment. But generally looking at a pretty nice day there across North Georgia with some clouds around. Looking at the local radar, we're getting a clean sweep across East Tennessee and North Georgia. We will see some spotty showers that kind of favor more Tennessee than North Georgia. We still might see a slight chance to get into Georgia, but this thing's going to be kind of piddling on out as it moves on through the area here going into later tomorrow afternoon. Looking at your sky conditions, kind of depending on where you're at. It's kind of a mix of sun and clouds across the area. It's kind of a mostly sunny, partly sunny, just kind of depending on where you're at for today. But temperatures are noticeably warmer out there for this afternoon as things are warming up nicely here into the 70s. Some folks will touch 80 degrees. That's our high pressure dome sitting there over central Georgia here for the moment. And as we look at our regional model here, this is our latest North American model here as we go through the next 60 hours or so. Again, we're quiet here for the rest of your Thursday. And going into your Friday, we're going to turn our attention to the north. You can't help but notice all that green coming at us. Now, there's not a whole lot of precipitation with this, folks. We're talking limited rain amounts here, probably less than 1/10 of an inch here overall as this moves on through. So behind this front will be cooler temperatures, but you clearly see the coverage area just really decreasing rapidly as this moves on through. So again, looking pretty good. The weekend's looking absolutely great, although it will be cooler and probably a bit breezy going into your Saturday. Now, speaking of the weekend, we're going to have to watch the temperatures. Now, Friday morning, you'll notice temperatures here in the 50s, maybe even some low 60s out to the beginning of the morning. And afternoon highs are going to be pretty warm out here. We'll see a lot of 80s out here. Here's 84, 82, 81. Everybody here quite warm across the area. Here's the frontal system. So depending on the exact timing on the front, if it comes in a little early, maybe some parts of East Tennessee doesn't get quite as warm. But see temperatures here in the 50s and 80s. That's a pretty good 30-degree swing there in temperatures. And then as we go into your going into your Saturday morning, it's going to be a bit cold, folks. Definitely the opportunity for some frost is going to be there. You see 36, 33, 36, 36. So the opportunities for mid-30s is cold enough to get some frost out there. So if you've done any planting out there and you have some tender vegetation, you might need to take precautions just to watch out for that frost. That's going to be around for both Saturday morning and Sunday morning before I think things begin to warm up here across the area. Now, let's go ahead and look at your forecast maps. This brought to us by the National Weather Service. Watch that little timestamp there on top as we kind of go through the days of the week. As we go into your Friday, again, watching that front here to the north, and it should swing on through by the afternoon. So it swings on through pretty quickly. And as it clears on through going into Saturday, still a little bit of a breezy day. You notice these lines in here. These are called isobars. So when they're kind of packed in there a little bit, you have a little bit of a wind to deal with there on Saturday. And Sunday, not looking too bad. But then as we go into Monday, we're going to warm things back up. Monday, Tuesday, we're probably heading back into the 80s and maybe some spotty showers as we go in toward Wednesday and as we go into Thursday as well. So that's what we're looking at as increased rain chances coming at us. And hopefully, as we get into April, we'll get a little more progressive weather pattern, and we'll see better opportunities for rain. But not a ton of it here expected over the next 7 days or so, but it should pick up beyond that as we get into, say, Easter. All right? Now, looking at your forecast here for tomorrow, Chattanooga, again, 84, 61. We'll watch for increasing clouds. Probably start with some sunshine. Increasing clouds. Watch out for some spotty showers across East Tennessee, maybe a few isolated into North Georgia. Morning lows, again, 50s, low 60s, pretty much on the mild side under mostly clear skies. And daytime highs, depending on the arrival of that front. If it comes in a little bit earlier, East Tennessee may not get quite as warm. But right now we're showing 80s. Notice that back to the west, it's in the upper 70s. So, again, kind of come on through here. Maybe an isolated shower Blue Ridge, Dalton, Hiawassee might see an isolated shower, but again, nothing too widespread expected here. Regionally, the entire southeast looking pretty warm. Nashville and Memphis will probably hit 73 and have temperatures falling into the 50s into the afternoon. So their highs will be hit early there. 84 in Jackson, 87 in Columbus. Check out Columbia, 90 degrees. That's a summer degree temperature here at the end of March. Really something. Here's the rest of the 7-day forecast here as we cool things off. Down to 63 on Saturday, back up near 70 on Sunday, and look at that, we're back in the 80s going into Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll bring the rain chances back up, slight there on Wednesday. We'll go up to about 40% on Thursday for now. That day 7 forecast likely to change, but depending on the arrival of our next system and next opportunities for rain. So that's kind of a blend between the American GFS and European model for right now. So there has some differences of opinion there. All right, so anyway, that's your forecast for right now. As I got one more warm day ahead, a weekend not looking too bad, and I wish I had better news for you allergy sufferers out there for the pollen thing. The only thing that really kind of help cut down that pollen is a good drenching rain, and we're just not going to get it. We might get a little bit of spotty showers that might help just a little bit, but not really enough to kind of give the atmosphere an old bath there. Anyway, that's y'all's update for today. I appreciate you guys checking us out. Make sure you give us a follow there on Facebook and over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. All right, that's it for today. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weekend edition. Until then, you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.